This is Mrs. Carson's classroom. It's a pretty special place for a child to learn. However, a classroom this amazing comes at a cost, mostly out of Mrs. Carson's own pocket. Teachers like Mrs. Carson's do this with pride because a student's education is their top priority. The PTA does their best to help, but that still leaves $500 out of Mrs. Carson's own pocket every year. Maybe it's time Mrs. Carson got a little more help. Fortunately, a fellow teacher turned her on to Ziggedy.com. Ziggedy allows teachers to easily earn extra cash for their class, more than double the funds they normally receive, without having to ask parents to pay. Through Ziggedy, Mrs. Carson's classroom parents, and even her own friends and family, can support her class with their everyday shopping at thousands of popular online retailers. By simply making one click through Ziggedy first, a percentage of each purchase goes directly to Mrs. Carson's classroom. There's absolutely no cost to Mrs. Carson or her supporters. Considering how busy she gets, Mrs. Carson was worried that she wouldn't have time to use Ziggedy to raise funds for her class. Fortunately, Ziggedy gives Mrs. Carson everything she needs to make getting started a breeze. Ziggedy's easy-to-use flyer and email templates are right at her fingertips, so inviting supporters takes only minutes. Just like that, Mrs. Carson has 20 supporters signed up. Now, all they have to do is shop through Ziggedy's partnered retailers, and their purchases earn donations that go directly to Mrs. Carson's class. Easy to implement, even easier to earn donations, all at no cost to either teacher or parent. Every student deserves an amazing classroom without their amazing teachers having to put up hundreds of dollars of their own money. With Ziggedy, both of those become a reality. Stop paying to be a teacher and start earning extra cash for your class. Create your account today at Ziggedy.com.